We mentioned Shedeur Sanders' name. We mentioned Travis Hunter's name. Of course, both of them played for Deion. And here's a quote that Deion gave to the Dan Le Batard show before the portal opened up. He said, quote, I'm in the portal like I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to find. And guess what I'm finding? Linemen. You guys watch us play. What did you say? If they had some of those guys to be right there, guess what today is? Portal day. And I'm going to go get those things you said I need. And, well, he's done just that. So out of the high school ranks, he gets Jordan Seaton, who is the number one offensive tackle in the country, beats out Ohio State, Alabama, Tennessee for Seaton. Then he goes and gets Justin Mayers from UTEP, who is on three's number 3 overall interior offensive lineman in the portal right now. He gets a right tackle from Indiana and Khalil Benson. He gets a right guard from Houston and Tyler Johnson. And he gets a center from UConn and Yakiri Walker. So I don't know if all these guys will work out, but Deion potentially looking at a fresh new 5 starting up front.
Yeah, well, this goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the show. Like you can fix your problems pretty fast in the portal era. Like he fixed a lot of problems last year. You bring in the skill. You know, he wanted to start with skill first. He wanted to bring in obviously his son and Travis and receivers and get that part of the team rolling, create the buzz, create the sexiness, create the excitement. Year 2 is now create the interiors, you know, create the size, the strength, the bully ball mentality, build the offensive line, build the defensive line. So I think he needs I know there's a focus on, you know, a little bit selfishly for him. How do I protect my son? That's his boy. You want to protect your son. I get it. But you also need to look at the other side of the line as well. Like you're a team that couldn't protect, you couldn't run, but you also couldn't stop the run either. You couldn't get after the quarterback consistently. So I think you need both sides a little bit if you truly want to be a contender in the new look Big 12 next season. But you may be able to outscore everyone. Like you probably have one of the best quarterbacks returning in that conference. If not the best quarterback, a potential first-round guy. You have the most gifted athlete in America that can play both ways. You'll have other talented receivers. If you could just protect and even give the ability to run the football to create some balance, you'll score 40-plus points a game. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if he can get some defensive linemen now, too, through the portal. But we knew Deion was going to be able to do this. I'm just happy that he's hit it hard early.
But hold on now, because we thought he would. But then everybody kind of thought he wouldn't, right? Like it was a deal where
we didn't think of the high school, but we knew he would hit the portal hard. That's different.
But there was still ideas out there floating about that maybe Deion wasn't landing with transfers or with high school guys as well as he was kind of that as well as we would have all thought at the beginning. And then he lands a 5-star tackle, and then he gets these guys. You're like, oh, okay, well maybe that was.
Listen, I talked to a couple Georgia guys about Deion, a couple guys in the portal, and I was just like joking with them, like, if Deion called, would you pick up? Like, hell yeah, it's Deion.
Duh, dude.
Yeah, like sure. Like people, these kids are like you and I may be different because of your age or experience, but put yourself back into your 18 to 22-year-old self. And this is for everyone in the chat too. Put yourself into your shoes of 18 to 22-year-old, and all these coaches are calling you, and then Deion Sanders calls you.
Yeah.
Your level of excitement is through the roof. So, like, I don't know, man. I think he's going to do just fine in the portal, and obviously he has already done that as well. And now you got a couple of guys that can maybe plug in and play right away from the freshman class as well.
So Texas Rocks says, last I checked, new O-line groups don't work well together. That's the thing about Colorado. It's not about creating a Joe Moore offensive line. They were just so awful. It's like how we talk about LSU's defense. Like, just be average. Like, they were so awful, yet still found so much offensive success that if they could just be an average offensive line, then the ceiling becomes way higher. I think that's also, like, I feel you, Aaron. They need to get better defensively, but given the skill weapons that they have, the path to improving offensively is just so much clearer that it's like, we need to first, like, because you got to prioritize. You have limited resources monetarily, hours in the day wise, how much energy you have. And so you have to prioritize where we're going, where we're not. And so going O-line this hard out the gate makes a lot of sense.
And I guess, too, you have to look at the conference you're joining, too. I mean, you're joining a conference with Cincinnati, Baylor, BYU, Houston, TCU, UCF, Kansas, Texas Tech, West Virginia, Kansas State, Iowa State, Oklahoma State. Like, like, where do you want to be personality wise? You head into that league. I think there's nothing wrong with being a little bit more
Scoring
offensive.
fucking points.
Just score points.
Yeah.
I mean, the only team that might play defense in that league is going to be Utah next year, which that's another one. Cam Rising, when it comes to Heisman discussion, back for his 20th year.
No. Utah quarterback will not win the Heisman. No, there's just no chance.